Hi guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to JM Squared Vintage. I am here today with a thrift haul, and I've got to say, I think I found the best haul of my life. And I cannot wait to share it with you. Stick around to the end. I will show it to you. When I say worth thousands, I am not exaggerating. Worth thousands. But before we get started, if you are new here, if you like thrifting, if you like vintage, if you like flipping for a profit, like, hit subscribe down below. We do all of that here. I would love to have you along for the ride. We have a lot of fun, so please do so. But without further ado, let's get into this incredible haul. So I went to my local thrift store. I actually went to two stores, and one of my local thrift stores was having a $2 sale. So all of these pieces that I found, with the exception of the last two, I got for $2, which is an incredible deal. You know, so I can justify taking gambles there like I can when I'm at the bins. You know, if it's a dud or if there's a hole or, you know, whatever, like, it's, no, I don't like wasting $2, but it's not going to be $7.99 or $9.99 or $29.99, whatever the thrift store happens to be charging for things. So the first piece I found here was this gorgeous little embroidered tunic top. And I think that this is I'm pretty sure that this is a boutique brand. It's called Wishlist. It says medium large there. Come on, there you go. And, you know, again, I don't think I'll get much more than $15 for this, but I just think it's so pretty. And I know so many women who look for pieces like this, and it just really looked dynamite in them. I love the bell sleeves, and all the embroidery is in fantastic condition. This looks brand new. So I think that this was a great find. For $2 all day, I will get that. That'll be a perfect bundle piece for my closet. Next up here, and guys, forewarning, I don't just show what I buy for profit. I'm going to show you what I'm getting for my own closet. As we all know, I don't love fast fashion. I certainly don't buy H&M unless it's a really exceptional, like, moment. It's a rare collab, or it's something, you know, from their higher end brand. But this is just regular H&M, and this is for my closet. As you may know, or will soon know, I love black. It is my color, and I just thought that this was so cute. Throw it on over like a little cami or a little tank top. It's got these little, like, flounce sleeves and a little peplum bottom and these little ruffled details. And it's in great shape, no holes, no picks. I just think that that is so adorable, but not for sale. That's for me. Next up here, we've got this kind of cool jacket, and this was a roll of the dice. I just don't know. It's this little full zip black jacket. And I felt the quality, like the textile is really nice. It's really well built. It's got a lot of, like, bells and whistles in terms of the construction. It's got a lot of really nice details. It's got this kind of textured side panel there, and it's made by BMW. Like, if you can see in here, it's got the tag there. It's an extra large, which is a good size. And it's just got very subtle branding to it. And I think that there's a lot of BMW guys out there, including a couple in my family. So this might end up staying in my family. But there's a lot of BMW guys out there that really, you know, appreciate subtlety. Like, this is the only external branding. And that's kind of the little 3 stripes from the M series, and of course the little M series logo there. And again, I just thought that this was a really nice quality piece, and for $2, like, it might pull $30 on the resale market. Again, it might stay with somebody in my family, but I just thought this was a great little piece. Articulated sleeves and everything. I mean, it's really, like, it's got all the bells and whistles, and it's very subtle, very subtle. Next up here, we have a piece that I grabbed because of the feel. Again, I'm somebody, especially on a $2 sale, like, I don't hesitate to roll the dice. If something feels nice, it feels nice quality, like, I will grab it. It's from a brand called Charisma. I've never seen them before. It might be a boutique brand, and the fabric felt like cashmere. You know, it's got this really smooth feel to it. And I don't think it is cashmere, like, once I felt it a little bit more, but it feels like cashmere. But it's got this, like, really cool, like, inverted pleat on the front with a tulip hem, if you can see that there. And if you flip around to the back, it's got this kind of varying ribbed texture. It's got, like, a pattern in there. And the color is this like inky midnight blue. Like I would not call this a navy because it feels a little bit lighter than a navy, but it is almost black. It's just a beautiful color. It's almost like a dark turquoise versus like a dark blue. I just thought it was really pretty. I think this is a size medium, you know, maybe $15–20 on this. I'll have to do a little bit more research on, you know, where Charisma is sold, if it's something that's in high demand. But again, I really liked the feel of it and I liked the look of it. And I thought it was something for sure that, you know, had a lot of life left in it. So great find. Next up here, and I've found a couple pieces from this company before, and that is Equipment Femme. And they are known, I believe they're sold at Revolve, they're sold at Neiman Marcus, and they make shirts and blouses out of the most gorgeous silk. So this is just a little like wisp of a camisole from Equipment. It's a size medium, so it's good size. Super classic colors, but with a little bit of visual interest with the polka dots. In great shape, no rips, no tears, no snags. Yeah, I don't think I'll get too much for it, but I love their stuff, and I think it's so beautiful, and I love selling it because I know that whoever buys it is going to get, you know, really a special piece. Next up here is another one that I grabbed based on feel. And when I say that this was crumpled into a ball on the ground, like I picked this up to put it back on the rack and then I felt it. And it's this incredible little crochet crop top. And I wish you could feel the quality here. Like this is ultra fine cotton. I think this is either linen cotton or hemp cotton. So it's got that like drape to it. And when I looked at the tag on the inside, it was Risto Bimbalati, who I know is a Macedonian designer. He's not huge, of course, but he is sold in like Bergdorf's and Galerie Lafayette. He's sold in really the best stores in the world. And it's this, I mean, this hand-done little crochet crop top. I love the patterning across the front there. I mean, I just think that anybody, you know, when you think of Coachella, this is exactly what you think of. So it's got these little pieces that tie in the back. This is something that will look a lot better once I put it on the mannequin and it makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, this was probably a $400 or $500 shirt when it was new. I'm not quite sure what it'll go for on the resale market. He doesn't have the draw like a Louis Vuitton does, but the quality is outstanding and it's in great shape. And for $2, I'm gonna grab that, even if this sits until next festival season. Just absolutely gorgeous. And if you're out looking, if you like his style, obviously his tag here is Risto Bimbalati. It's his full name, but his in-house line is just called Risto. So if you see a tag and it says Risto, it's the same guy. What a find. Isn't that stunning? Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Next up here, I'm going to show these two together because they are very similar. And this is not something that I would pick up at a full price thrift store. This is something for sure I would pick up at the bins. I'll pick it up at a $2 sale because the profit's there. But it's these gorgeous little silk cashmere crewneck sweaters from Banana Republic. So I've got a green, it's almost like a sage green in a size large. And then I also have a navy blue, and these guys are right next to each other on the rack, a navy blue in extra large. And they are in perfect condition. Now, they're not going to go for that much on the resale market. I would imagine somewhere between $20 and $25. Banana Republic does not sell for that much. But when you take into consideration that these were probably $150 new, the fabric is top notch. The construction is top notch. Like, don't sleep on Banana Republic if you are shopping for yourself. But if you are a guy or you have a guy in your life that you are shopping for, like, guys, look at resale. You are not going to spend a ton of money for something like this. And this is a piece that will be in their wardrobe for the rest of their life. It is classic. It's well made. It's top notch materialization. Love the neighbors with the big trucks. But it's top-notch materialization. It's just, it's a really great deal. And, when it comes to vintage, it's a different beast. But when it comes to like your everyday resale, it just hasn't picked up as much for men as it has for women. So there are still incredible deals to be had. But I think that these will go on and they will live a long life in somebody's closet. They are just gorgeous. They feel beautiful. They look beautiful. Super classic, super high quality. Great find. Next up here, and we are pulling out of my bags here, so I apologize for the wrinkle situation. But this is another one I took a gamble on, and again, apologize for the wrinkles here. It is intense, but I felt the quality of this kind of this yoke, and I just grabbed it. I knew that this was something nice. And when I saw the tag, I wasn't familiar with it. So I looked it up, and it looks like it's one of the Anthropologie brands. It's Vanessa Virginia. And it's just got this beautiful, let me see if I can get you a view on what this looks like. This is like an applique lace yoke, and it goes over the shoulders and, you know, from here up, and it's sheer from the body down. So you'll have to wear a camisole under it, but it's got like a bracelet length, kind of wider sleeve. It hits rated hip. It's got a little bit of a drop hem and a little button back there. And it is so cute. You know, I'll get $20, $25 on this all day. And I just think I think it's absolutely darling. I think this is a size 6. Yeah, it's a size 6. But definitely a brand to keep your eyes out for if the price is right, because the quality on these pieces is just beautiful. So next up, I'm going to start this off by saying that I was raised in my great aunt's bridal shop. She owned a big bridal shop in the area where I grew up, and my mom worked there as a consultant. So I spent a lot of my young days sitting in the seamstress's room, like watching them beading, you know, doing alterations on wedding dresses. So my eye will always be drawn to fine materials in white everywhere I go. So I saw this kind of peeking out, and I ran right to it. And guys, I got this for $2. This is a Badgley Mischka collection. And when I say Badgley Mischka collection, this is not the diffusion line that you found in major retailers. This was the line that you would find in Bergdorf's. This is the line you would find in Neiman Marcus. It's this incredible little short silk chiffon dress with this gorgeous little necklace neckline. This is something that will look better once I get it on the mannequin. It'll look better on a body than it does on a hanger. But it is just like this wisp, this absolutely ephemeral little goddess dress, and it's in fabulous condition. If you look at these little details here, this is the only kind of condition issue I've found. First of all, there's the biggest one. So there's a few of these little brass bars that have kind of popped off, but I think I can fix those with a stitch. Again, thank you to the seamstresses that watched me as a little girl. They taught me how to hand bead. But you know, if somebody's having a courthouse wedding, or they have a bridal shower or an engagement party, I just think that this is so stunning. It's a size small. This is probably $1,500, $2,000, if not more, you know, when it was sold brand new. So I'm not quite sure what vintage Badgley Mischka goes for on the resale market, but maybe $100. I don't know. Somebody out there is about to get an absolutely beautiful dress for a great deal, and I will make sure before I send that out that I've got those little bars tacked down so it's perfect for them when they go to wear it. But what a find! $2. I can't. You just never know what you're gonna find. So to bring this back down to earth, next up we've got these cute little like acid wash joggers. Now, the tag on these say Poetry, and I love the brand Poetry. I just don't know if this is the same Poetry as the Poetry that I'm thinking of. The Poetry I'm thinking of makes those beautiful kind of login look linen tops with a pin tuck detail. So like TBD. I just thought that these were fun. You know, worst case scenario, if they're worth like less than $10 on the resale, I'll just donate them right back. But you know, the quality actually feels pretty nice. Like it's got these nice little ankle cuffs that are not, you know, this is not cheaply done. This is nice. And super fun. I think they're a size small. The size tag is pretty much worn off. So I'm just going by, I'm just eyeballing it here. They're pretty tiny. So kind of a cute find, and TBD. Again, this might be nothing. This might be a pair of Poetry pants. We don't know. This next up here, I've got 2 of these, and I saw them and I grabbed them because in the vintage world, vintage workwear always has a market. And if you have a channel to sell overseas, in particular to Japan, like the Japanese love American workwear. They love vintage Carhartt. They love vintage Levi's. If that is something you want to get into, I recommend that you like do the work to learn how to find true vintage Levi's, because when I say that they go in the thousands, like they go in the thousands to the right buyer. Like that right pair of jeans will sell for multiple thousands of dollars. But these are these are obviously from a mobile station. That's the Mobile One logo. And Lonnie must have retired, and I got 2 of his shirts. But one of the things to look for, and again, this is not necessarily going to go to somebody who's going to wear it on the job site. Like if you find Carhartt for cheap at the bins or at the thrift store, just grab it. It will sell. Like Carhartt just sells. It doesn't matter if there's a hole in it. Within reason, it will still sell. And if you are, again, if you are in the market for that kind of stuff, you want to look for the little FR there. And that FR means that it's fire resistant. And just like buying Carhartt fire resistant new, it's expensive. It's, this is the stuff that you'll of course wear, if you work at a gas station, because you need that like flame retardant, I think it's flame retardant, not fire resistant. I apologize. Same letters, you get the gist. But this will probably go to a vintage workwear person, not necessarily somebody who is buying to wear on the job site. So I got 2 Alani's shirts. I've washed them twice because they still smelled a little bit like gasoline, but I'm not quite sure what I'll get for them. Maybe $20 or $30, depending on like the buyer. I got to do a little bit more research on them, but like I said, Carhartt will always sell. Always, always, always. If you see it for the right, don't go spending $15 for it, but if you see it for $4 or $5 and you resell, like it will sell and you will make a good profit on it. And that will happen quickly. So Carhartt is the best, and Carhartt with FR is even better. Next up here, we've got this adorable little Free People We the Free top. And I love that it's got that little like baby doll. So the ruching kind of sits like on the top of the bust there, and it's got long sleeves, and it's this cute little white. It's I think this is rayon viscose, so it's super soft, and it's got that beautiful drape to it. Maybe 20 or 30 bucks on this. I think it's super duper cute. It's in great shape. Just a good find. It's an extra small. Again, I'm looking at this. Free People does tend to size on the large side, so this could easily go for a size small, but very, very cute. Next up, I've got a Bolo brand that I want you all to keep your eyes out for. And I will say, with like full disclosure, I never found this before Southern California. It is a Southern California based company. Their flagship is in Malibu, and that is Aviator Nation. And you can tell like this color scheme, this like rainbow color scheme that they have is their signature. You'll see this in different motifs all over their clothes. But I saw the little logo. Where's the little logo? That's the little logo kind of sticking out of the racks there, and I grabbed it. I typically don't do kids' clothes. That's not necessarily my forte, but it is crazy expensive. I mean, it's beautifully made. The fabrication is very, very nice. I mean, you can tell that there's a lot of care put into these. And I have a lot of friends that are obsessed with this brand, and they just wait for the sales to come around, because when I like a kid's shirt, this sweatshirt probably went for $130 new. Not an exaggeration. Adult sweatshirts, $200 all day. But keep your eyes out for it. I don't know how frequently you will find this elsewhere in the country, because it is such a Southern California thing. But when you look at comps on this, like this kid's sweatshirt will go between like 45 and 60 bucks, and quick. What a brand. Keep your eyes out for it. This is the inside tag. If you're looking, that's a size 14. And you can see that this was owned by Presley. You can see the little marker there, but somebody's going to find this and be super stoked about it. It's so, so cute, but keep your eyes out for that brand for sure. So when I was on my way home, I wanted to do 2 stores. I knew that this one was having the $2 sale, and I wanted to stop in one more because it was a little farther away from my home. And I knew that I just wanted to make the most of like my time where I was. And when I pulled into the parking lot and saw it, I almost turned around and just went home. It was a really small location. It looked like 2 little tiny storefronts in a strip mall, and one of the 2 storefronts was all just donation center. And then I looked inside the other one, and there was like books on the wall. and then like 4 or 5 little racks of clothes. And when I say 4 or 5 like little racks, I'm not talking the 30-foot long racks that you see in like a normal store. I'm talking like literally 4-foot long racks with 2 sides. So I'm like, all right, I'm here, like I'm kind of far from home. Like, let me just poke in. If I don't see anything, if I'm not feeling it, I'll just turn around and go. Like usually like I can feel a vibe in a store. Like I know if I'm going to find something great or not. But one of the first things I saw was this sleeve kind of sticking out of a rack. And you just know that is quality. Like it is all hand done. The materials are top notch. And y'all, it's a Gucci blazer. Oh my God. It's probably from 2017 or 2018. I think that was kind of the years that they were doing this like grosgrain trim, but like, oh my God. This thing cost $4,500 new. It is lined in this beautiful floral silk. It's got the tag. Now I'm going to pay a little bit and have these authenticated just because of the price, the dollar number on them. This is a size small. Guys, I can't believe it. And this is not like the Gucci t-shirt that is faked all the time and that like normal folks can like afford with a stretch. Like this is $4,500 for a blazer. And I mean, you can tell, like I've never even held anything like this in my hand. Like I've just never, I've never had the luxury of it, but you can feel the workmanship in this. This is silk grosgrain. It's all hand done. I mean, this is just absolutely stunning. It's got this funky little, like, it just reminds me of like the 50s or the 70s kind of vintage looking Gucci label there. So I found this one and then I rounded the corner and there's number 2. And this is a beautiful Gucci sweater. Now, I am from the Philadelphia area, so I am a Phillies fan and a Red Sox fan, so this is mildly burning my skin, but for a beautiful Gucci sweater, I will suffer. This is 100% wool. Again, like the nicest quality sweater I've ever held in my hand. This looks all hand done. Like, look at the quality on that embroidery. Like, that is so beautiful. And I believe that's all done in silk. I mean, this feels like silk embroidery. Again, a size small. I almost didn't go in. I almost didn't go into the store, and I did, and I'm real happy I did. Again, I want to get these authenticated. I did a little bit of research and I looked into like authenticating Gucci pieces, and I looked into like, kind of telltale signs on the tags and this, that, and the other. And from everything that I'm seeing, they look authentic, just holding them in my hands and feeling the quality. Like I can't imagine a counterfeit would be this nice. Like this is, and I mean, they both appear to be completely unworn. They are unbelievable. I can't believe I found it. This sweater, when it was new, I believe was $1,250, and the blazer, when it was new, was about $4,500. And I'm not quite sure what they'll get on the resale market. Maybe $500 on the sweater, maybe $1,000 on the jacket. That would be insane. And now these were not $2, but they were a big enough purchase. Obviously, they were still an insanely good deal, but they were a big enough purchase for me to be like, this is a real roll of the dice to get them. So I'm going to spend, however much it costs. I know that there's a couple of online authentication sites, or if not, finding somebody local, or just to take it into the Gucci store. There's, I live close to LA. I can bring it in there, but God, not one but two pieces. So that's the haul for today. I still can't believe I found them. Have you ever found anything like this? Have you ever found an authentic Gucci piece? Like, it's funny because you hear about people finding like the bags and they end up being fake, because if it's a real Gucci bag, like you can always resell that. There's a really hot resale market for handbags. But clothing is a little bit less so. Like, I don't think that these will sell quickly, but I think that they will sell to somebody who really wants them, and for a decent price. So what a find, it's clothing to start with. So it's less likely to be counterfeit than it is, for a handbag. So I'm hopeful. I'll report back. These will be in my stores fairly soon if they're not there already. But that is the haul for today, guys. Have you ever found something like a Gucci blazer in your thrift store? You know, I know I've heard the stories of people finding like a Louis Vuitton bag or a Chanel bag in the thrift store and it turns out to be fake. And, you know, that's usually kind of a giveaway. Like if a bag like that lands in a thrift store, because there is such an easy, and like vibrant market for resale luxury bags, you see a lot more fakes. Like if you find one in the thrift store, chances are it's fake because it is so easy to move one. But clothing is a different beast. Number one, I don't think that the clothing is, you know, with the exception of like the kind of low end entry pieces like the t-shirts, I don't think clothing like this is counterfeited all that often. You know, so it's just like a lower likelihood of counterfeit. But still, we're gonna pay the money and let the pros kind of do their business. But so for the number nerds, as I like to kind of wrap these things up with, all in, if you're counting MSRP, including the Gucci pieces, this is $8,000 worth of MSRP. And I spent out of pocket $145. So that's a lot of money for me to spend on a day thrifting. But when you see two like beautiful Gucci pieces, like you just got to take that chance. So I spent $145. It's about an $8,000 MSRP. If you don't count the Gucci pieces, it's just over $2,200, which is still fantastic. It's still a really great price. But I estimate the sales on this to be about $1,900 if you add in the Gucci pieces, and probably about $400 if you don't have that. Again, still great ROI. But all in after fees, probably going to see a profit of about $1,400. And for a $145 investment, getting $1,400 out of it is fantastic. It's about a 9.7x ROI, which I'll take all day, every day. It's not as good of an ROI as I've had before, but, you know, again, just the thrill of finding something like this and hopefully getting it into the hands of somebody who really wants it, but maybe couldn't afford $4,500. That is a thrill to me. Like something like this landing in the thrift store is criminal. So I am here to rectify that. So, but again, guys, thank you so much for hanging around. I hope you had fun. If you found something like this, please link it below. I love learning from you. You know, if you liked what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. Don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you along on the journey. But without further ado, guys, have a fabulous week. Happy hunting. I'm giving you Gucci wishes for your next trip to the thrift store, and I'll see you in the next one.